Hello, Kickstarts, my old friend. We've come to look at you again to see if anything is worth our time. Something we might spend a dime. Yeah, I really need to figure out a better opening than these. What's up? Good morning. Hello and welcome. It is 8:20 in the morning. It is I, the OGGM, coming to you live from Site B on this lovely third day of April 2024. It is 55 degrees and sunny here at Site B, and Steve the cat is trying to kill my curtains. Yeah, destroy those curtains. It's Wednesday, so it's time to head on over to the exciting world of Kickstarter crowdfunding backer-lit type thingies to see what is coming to an end, if any of them are worth our hard-earned ducats. And we have not one, but two different conventions this week are looking for your support. So if you ignore everything else I say and never back any Kickstarter, if one of the conventions I mention is something you are interested in or in an area where you live, I highly would, appreciate those being supported rather than a game. If you've got to support something, support brick and mortar stores, support conventions that are actually taking place in real life. Those are the things we really need to pour the heart and soul of our financial support. How many times am I going to say support? Take a drink every time I say support. Support. I'm going to take a drink. Don't worry, it's water. But you know what I mean. I think, anyways. Okay, wow, this was only announced like a day ago, it feels like, and it's already coming to the end of its run. This is the Kickstarter for the brand new, but not so new take on Coriolis from Free League Publishing. It is not a restart, but it is also, yes, a restart. So we have Coriolis, which is the 2017 game, one of the first games, maybe the first game that Free League made, or maybe Mutant Ninja Zero was. I'm not sure. Everything I've ever heard about Coriolis is great. I'm a huge fan of Free League. This is definitely one of those games where I would I'll get this even if I never play it, because I really appreciate everything Free League does, and it really sucks that I lost my copy of Mutant Ninja Zero, because we know they'll never remake them, right? So if you are familiar with the Coriolis storyline, this is a continuation. And if you're not familiar with the Coriolis storyline and you're confused or don't want to be involved in this because, I don't know what's going on, well, this is also a great place to start, sort of get into the thing. So it's both a restart for new players and a continuation for players who have already been playing it. So yeah, highly recommend this one. From our friend Monty Cook Games. Monty Cook announced and then kind of let sneak by that he was doing another thing. This is Knights of Dust and Neon. It's a cipher system, cyberpunk / Old West kind of thing that combines sort of like Gunslingers and King Arthur, the Dark Tower, the very obscure Knight Riders movie, if you've ever seen that. Not the one with Michael Knight in the car. So it's cyberpunk, space cowboys, kind of King Arthur kind of thing. And it's called Knights of Dust and Neon, and it's part of the Cypher system, which I always hear good things about, but I don't know anybody who's actually played it. But yeah, people are always like, oh yeah, their superhero system. Anyways, I forgot to give you the money. All right, anyways, yeah. The Coriolis is $898 Free League dollars for the print version. And the PDF, which I think is about $50 in American money. The Monty Cook is $190 because of course it is, because it's Monty Cook, for the PDF and the print version of a zine and another PDF of the core rulebook. So yeah, space cowboy cyberpunk thingy for almost $200. From Lost Bay Studio, we have the Lost Bay Suburban Gothic RPG. This is $65 plus shipping. Get you the PDF and the print version. This is a mundane, supernatural, suburban Gothic world set in the 1980s / wow, another one. I thought this was done. I thought the Stranger Things kids in the 80s fighting things that the grown-ups can't was done. I mean, as much as I love Tales from the Loop, I kind of thought the genre was done, but I guess here we go. So if you're interested in grabbing another 1980s themed Kid versus the Supernatural, Goonies / It / Erie, Indiana. Who here remembers Erie, Indiana? I think Erie, Indiana definitely predates Stranger Things, and I would be surprised if it wasn't one of the influences of Stranger Things. And you haven't had a chance to grab, some of the other ones like Tales from the Loop or Demons and Demagogues or the short-lived Stranger Things D&D crossover thingy. And this might be a good way to explore that genre because, we all seem to want to nostalgia fetishize how awesome the 80s were. And as somebody who grew up in the 80s, yeah, they were pretty awesome. I mean, they wore the last great summer of childhood, which is the best way I describe them. From Marco Antonio Pina, we have Big Empty Blue. This is a graphic novel series that also features D&D stuff. Now, just because it's called the Big Empty Blue, no, there actually is information in this. It's not a Kickstarter for April Fools where you just get an empty book because Paizo did that. It's 2 comic books, a 5e resource book, and a zine based upon the thing. So think of it as sort of and it's inspired by Legend of Zelda, Avatar, One Piece, and of course, Studio Ghibli. And obviously features something about boats and exploring and stuff like that. So a little Avatar in there too. This is $10 for the PDF for both versions and the source book, plus VTT assets. If you're going to use the VTT assets, check them for viruses before you open. Is this a turtle that's been turned into an alchemist pestle and mortar? Is the turtle still alive, or is it dead and it's been stuffed and you've turned its shell into an alchemist pestle and mortar? Because if it's dead, that's disturbing. And if it's still alive, that's also kind of disturbing. Also, here's a potion with a fish in it. From Flavor Text Adventures, we have Flavor Text Adventures, Cooking Monsters for 5e. Yay, a Delicious in Dungeons book. This is $39 gets you the PDF and the print version. Okay, so this is, I guess, a growing subject. Cook the monsters. What can you do with numerous slain enemies? What do they identify? What benefits do you get from them? Larry Elmore and Joby Dorr worked on it, and Ed Greenwood working on it now. Here's the thing, though. I mean, is this an actual recipe book, or is it just this sort of a fantastic recipe book? I mean, the fun thing about Delicious in Dungeon is all the recipes look delicious, right? But very few of them are based upon real things. But the ones that are based upon real things are things you could make at home. Like the mushroom one, mushrooms are a real thing, right? The dragon one, okay, well, dragons aren't real things, but, red meat and different ways to cook red meat, those are all real things. So that's kind of the thing, is if you're going to do this kind of thing, you kind of want to not only have the ridiculousness of how to cook basilisk, but then the realism of, okay, I know you can't cook a basilisk because they don't exist, but here's the equivalent with a chicken, All right, now here's the 2 I was talking about. First off, if you live in St. Louis, What is Fear the Con is looking for support. $30 will get you a weekend pass. This is on April 21st out in St. Louis. So this is a con that's looking for support in the St. Louis area, St. Louis area. And for $30, you help guarantee the con happens and you get a weekend pass that will allow you to get in and do all sorts of convention type fun stuff. And then if you live in Charleston, West Virginia, or anywhere in West Virginia, and you want to support a weekend convention, CharCon 2024 is looking for support. This one is on Monday, April 8th. Well, ends on Monday, April 8th. $40 gives you a weekend pass and a free dice. This is the 17th year of this convention. So if you live in Charleston, West Virginia, and want to make sure this convention happens again, consider, supporting them for $40. And finally, this thing has been pushed back again. And my feelings about Morris and ENWorld. I mean, I am stealing their page to do this, so I got to give them some credit. But on the other hand, so this is the ENWorld Level Up 5e take on Planescape / Spelljammer / that whole idea of explore the planes, explore the space, explore other stuff. outside of just the normal world. So we've talked about this one several times, and what my feelings are for the ENWorld Level Up 5e. So my recommendations this week, of course, Coriolis and the conventions. If you pick any of these up, though, let me know if you picked them up and what you thought about them. And don't forget to tell them the OGGM sent you. They won't know who you're talking about, but it'll make me feel good. Or, and you knew this was coming, or you could ignore everything I just said for the past 10 minutes and instead go to lulu.com and purchase my merch. The complete run of all the Wretched Vigilantes books are available on POD on lulu.com. There's a 15% off coupon that I'm going to post down below. Plus, we have the amazing year-long of my life working on Wretched Bestiary, which is appropriate for any D20 OGL style game. And it's only like, I don't know, 20, 30 bucks. So if you're looking for a 301 pages of researched and accurate, or as accurate I could get, monsters and stuff, there you go. Check those all out. They're all available at lulu.com. Link down below. Plus, you get 15% off for using the coupon down below. Woo! And if you don't see the coupon, Lulu will also automatically put the coupon in if you have the Honey app. So can't lose. So you can buy all this merch, or you can buy my merch. Either way. Have a great day. I will talk to you all later. Enjoy the sunshine if you have some, and get off my